green top on again. You're going to say bye-bye to Albie Monkey.
Bye-bye, Albie.
Bye. We've got to run, Monkey, because the shop's going to close. When Jasper's little friend came over this morning, he let slip that if you go to our local Toys R Us, they've got a Max D monster truck. Now the reason that's exciting is because getting these Monster Jam monster trucks can be really tricky, because when you buy them online, they usually just come as a sort of various monster trucks. So to collect ones that you don't already have, that's the issue.
I don't have Max D.
No, we know you don't have Max D, Jasper.
So I have to play Max D.
Yeah. Come on, Jazzy.
Ninja monster.
Ooh, very nice. Right, that's it. No more treats for Jasper for the foreseeable future. Hey, Jazzy, you're living the monster truck dream, aren't you?
Yes.
Very nice. Don't suck your lip though.
Mommy, you're right.
You've opened it yourself.
Mommy, look.
Oh, wow!
She's on a running machine, so she's not really going to want to be on YouTube just at this point in time.
Max D to another one.
What? You got 3?
Uh-oh. Run! Somebody who looks suspiciously like me might have got ever so slightly carried away by the availability of monster trucks that he doesn't have in his collection. He seems to avoid to have to open packaging.
Oh my god! He's watching that. Oh my god. Honestly, how are we explaining this away? How do you explain?
You have to be really good. Otherwise, Jasper, it's bye-bye monster trucks. I am an absolute nightmare. And what's that one called, Jasper?
Don't know.
That's Zombie Hunter.
Zombie Hunter. Avenger Matty Zombie Hunter. I'm going to fly now.
You know those times when you're not really in the mood for a run, but you're gonna go have one anyway? Well, that shows what I know. That was actually the best run I've had for ages. Well, the good news is I have fully cooled down now after my run, which is brilliant. However, the reason I've fully cooled down is because I have just set up my Just Giving page for the Macmillan Cancer Support charity. I have been lucky so far, touch wood, not to be too badly touched in my life by cancer, but at the same time, it's one of those diseases that anyone can get at any age. It's always devastating and very scary, and people need whatever support they can get. So I'm going to be doing this half marathon. Rather freakily, I have just completed my longest run in the whole training session. I've got a week to go now, and that longest run was 7 kilometers. So yeah, I've got some work to do in the next 7 days. We are supposed to be going off to my parents' house. It's like way late. Very dark outside. So let's get going. Come on, Jasper. Oh no. You can't see his new monster truck. It is a big problem. Okay, it's time to get Sleeping Beauty into bed before he turns into the beast. Oh, that was hard work. And this room is really dark. I'm not sure how I fix that. Yeah. Oh, you know what, actually? This works for me. I can live with this. I just read Jasper. An enormous story. I did not have any idea it was going to be this kind of length. And it's now 20 minutes to 12. Funnily enough, I was going to talk about time today. In particular, when you look at it on a different scale, it's amazing how you kind of see things that you otherwise perhaps missed. Battery electric vehicles have gone from basically nowhere, museum pieces, to 1% of global car sales in actually just a tiny handful of years. And if you compare it to, say, the adoption curve of the internal combustion engine versus horses, there are some definite similarities there. That position is too reclined. It's making me fall asleep. So yeah, what I've noticed with my time lapses is how when you look at time on a different scale, you often see things that you otherwise miss. Like, for example, and I probably won't be able to find this example in all my archive footage because I'm just not that well organised yet. Often when you're driving through a bit of mist or fog, you'd think that a forward-facing time-lapse might not be particularly interesting, but actually it is, because you can actually see the subtle changes in fog density in a way that you just can't otherwise. It's a bit like how you never really notice your children growing up. You just turn around one day and you look at an old picture of them and go, wow, I had no idea they'd changed that much. That's basically what I'm talking about here. When people look back at the adoption of EVs in 20, 30 years' time, it's going to look like something that happened very quickly. At the moment, it doesn't kind of feel like that so much. And part of the reason for that is because people want to buy them and yet they're not really available yet. And the main reason they're not available yet is because the batteries aren't available at an appropriate price. So I think these are things which in just a handful of years are going to be wildly different. And it's already wildly different than from a handful of years earlier. I mean, 2 years ago when I bought my Tesla Model S, the only other EV you could buy with any kind of a battery at all was the Nissan Leaf, really. I mean, 24 kilowatt hours was as high as it went. Enormous change in a very short space of time, and yet because we're in that change process at the moment, it looks a bit slow. You know what? I should probably go and get a good night's sleep now, actually, rather than rambling on about time when I don't have the time. Oh, I did just want to add one little bit quickly about the Surrey Half Marathon that I'm going to be running in. Unfortunately, Sophie's not going to be joining me, I don't think. Actually, she might be. I'll get back to you on that one. But basically, I have a little confession to make. Through an administrative error, is how I like to call it, I actually didn't sign up for the race independently. I missed the deadline to sign off for that. I thought somebody had already done it for us and they hadn't. So what I've had to do is sign up as part of the Team Macmillan in order to run that race. So I haven't been able to run for the charity that I was originally going to run for. I'll tell you about the charity that I was going to run for in the next race, which is actually where this all started for me with a time thing, because my body is starting to change. It's starting to go back into decent running form, but unfortunately it's not going to get there in time for this race. So this is going to be shockingly appalling and I am going to really struggle, and you guys are all going to get to watch it from the comfort of your armchair, which really doesn't seem fair. In 3 or 4 months' time, I'm probably going to wind up doing maybe the Windsor Half Marathon. I quite like that one because you get to run around the Great Park. By that point, if I stick with the running, I should be in pretty tip-top shape. Basically, the problem I've got is I just need more time, and I don't have it because I've totally run out of it because I've been disorganised and I just didn't start running soon enough because it was all dark and cold outside and I just wanted to sit home and eat Cadbury's cream eggs. I hope you've all enjoyed today's video. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And I will see you tomorrow for the next instalment of my daily vlog. Bye. See, this is all over now. There'll be no more buying of cars ever again.
You promised me.
Well, that's a stretch. Ever again. There'll be no more buying of cars today.
Babe?
This week.
Babe? Ridiculous. You just keep buying him cars.
No, there's no more buying of cars.
Babe?
Technically, they were monster trucks.